Boom.
I have my do not disturb focus thing on now. I'm gonna see if that works right. So that's good. I had to make sure that we're doing it correctly.
Yes, sir.
But brother, Canada was very good, and Africa was very good. And I will just share with you that I feel like God is moving in a thing where I will be more mobile.
Good.
You know,
Yeah. Good. Should be. Should be.
I would like to connect you and Mason, but you in particular, with this church that we worshiped at in Togo, and with the missions and ministry that's going on there,
Right.
so that you could see it and be a part of it. Hey sis, I see you. Thank you, baby. Um, and I think it's going to be a stellar move. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a stellar move. So I'm excited about that. Clem the Gym, we'll see you.
Yes, sir. Clem the gym.
So we boomed in earlier. I guess we can boom in again. Welcome. I'll say it since Pastor Joe did it to this edition of TNT. Boom. I'm your host with the most, the voice of choice, Michael Lamel, and I got to my right and your left, or my left and your right, Pastor Joseph D. Lawrence Williams, who is the father of Prince, which by default makes him a king, and that's my brother. And so we are here, boomed in. You like that preacher? Which by default, you know, makes him that. Yeah, man. Listen, I want to encourage everyone about worship because, I'm familiar growing up with tarry services where you would tarry, right? And I know in Church of God in Christ, I know y'all know about the tarry Jane. But I'm here to tell you, one of the preachers that was with us, he traveled 5 hours away to go to a service. 5 hours away to go to Ghana, to another country, so that he could preach a service. The service started at 9 p.m. Come on, somebody. I need you to walk with me and see this. 9 p.m. the service started. And they went to 5 a.m. I said, "Sir, how long did you preach?" He says to me, "Only 3 hours." Reverend, mind blown. You hear me? Mind blown. And we talking about like on a Thursday. You're still going to work. They're like, what? And he traveled 5 hours. Hmm? And he was the only preacher. The rest was worship. They worshiped that long. Like, bruh, bruh. The approach to worship, it was epic, man. Like I said, people been asking me how was it. My one line to say, it was a revival of the soul.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Or revival
Yeah.
of the
I
soul.
I listened to. There's a guy that I listen to. His name is Dunson Oyakin. I'm not exactly sure what country in Africa he's from, but he's a tremendous artist, a great worship leader.
Mm,
And um, I saw a post by this was some years ago. I saw a post by man uh, Donald Lawrence, kind of
mm-hmm,
promoting him, and then just kind of checked out some of his music and
mm-hmm.
kind of had been following him ever since. a typical, CD.
Yeah.
But when you look at the length, you know how like now songs are like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Songs have gotten shorter, 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes a song. You'll do a whole record in 45
The
minutes or whatever.
whole thing.
12 songs, right? He literally will do songs for 15 to 20 minutes, one
Yeah.
song,
Every song.
and they
Yes.
just
Yes.
the
Yes.
refrain, they just go over it,
Yes.
and it's like it's something about it that like it just begins to kind of get into you, like
Yes.
that repetition,
Yes. Yes.
uh, and
Yes.
um,
I
like when
know
I have to take
exactly of what you speak.
right when I drive places, typically, I used to listen to Big, but this is what I kind of put on because number one, it'll be 20 minutes on one song,
Yep.
right? So I don't know how many miles I've driven, but it's still just one song.
Come
And
on.
then by the time I get to like song number three, I'm an hour in. But
Man.
it's the essence of what that is. And um it's like there's a some people would probably say it's perfunctory, but it's
Uh-huh.
not. It is there's a message that's happening.
Yeah.
And when
Yeah.
you kind of stay in a place, it just emphasizes it. Like you don't get tired
Listen.
of it. So
That's
I mean,
good,
I know I kind of understand a little bit because I
bruh.
haven't been to Africa myself. Uh,
Bruh.
it's just different.
It's just different. And the the approach is different. The reverence is different. The respect of it is different.
Yep.
All
Yep.
the children were in the middle of the floor dancing.
Yep.
The men were worshiping. It's something different when men worship, bro, like unhindered and free.
Yep.
Men
Yep.
leading the worship, and I'm talking
Yep.
about leading in the literal sense of first. Like women can't even beat them up there. Men are
Right.
first to run, shout, hands up, face down. You hear me, bro?
Right. Right.
There's something about that, man.
Yeah, it is. It's amazing.
You know,
It's amazing.
I wish that I would that we all were able to experience that.
Yep.
I would that we would all do it and experience it. I would tell you, I think I said this when I was doing it by myself, when I did the TNT a couple of weeks ago by myself, but um, I think I mentioned this, but I've been saying it over and over, and I want to share it now that they are very present in their lives, in their worship, everything that they approach, and there is a degree of joy, the unspeakable joy that we reference
Yep.
and say we're looking for and praying for, they have it
Yep.
with minimum. I just want to always emphasize that they have minimum. They do not have what we deem are the levels of comfort in our everyday existence
Right.
because we can turn the faucet on and drink that water or bathe in it, and they
Right.
always cannot. They have to
Right.
get bottled water or get filtered some kind of way, and they have to travel to get it. And the simplicity of it for us and the sometimes difficulty or complexity of it for them is worlds apart. And I don't think that we have enough baseline reverence and appreciation for the basic things. I just don't.
Right.
I just don't.
Right.
And we're always looking outward. Like they have a thing where they're inside, they're looking in.
Mm-hmm.
And I shared today earlier with some people, they're not in the past because it's already happened. So they don't concern themselves with it. They
Right.
also don't concern themselves too much with the future because they cannot control it. They have a
Right.
different level of hope
Right.
and they concentrate in the present. And unfortunately, our culture has conditioned us to not be
Right.
present.
Right.
God is far away and not a present God, even though we say he's a present God, but they live and exist in a space and in mental space that God literally is a present help and a very present God.
Right. Yep.
They every morning have to wake up. Everybody got hustle mentality. Everybody, all the ages, all the men, women, everybody. And whatever I'm doing today is for the sustainability of my life, to
Right.
eat, to have somewhere to sleep,
Right.
to bathe, to have
Right.
water to drink. Every function of today is mandatory and purposed with sustainability. So
Right.
it's directly related to my worship. Good God Almighty. Like, they're inseparable. They are synonymous and synergetic. Like you know, I can't adequately articulate it,
Right.
but it's, oh man.
No, I get it. I totally get it. Particularly when you are in like the agricultural, the agrarian
Which
aspect
is where,
of
right, that's where we
right.
were. Yeah.
You just
Yeah.
understand, and it. I mean, when I was able to go to Kenya in 13, it really makes the scriptures kind of come alive
It
because
does.
the context of what this person was saying, because it's a similar type of society.
Man, a sheep market,
Yeah.
a market. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. And then like even like if you've been to one of those markets, you understand it's the hustle and bustle. It's like
whew,
being on Wall Street, it's like being in a stock room. But then when you
literally.
have Jesus come and he's there, and the blind guy that's been blind has been
Right.
blind for whatever, he hears that, and there's a
Talk
like
to
it just
it. Man, the woman with the issue, I'm talking about, because just walking through the market, the press was
yeah.
the press of the
Right.
people. It's
Right.
literally thousands of people, vendors, trying to
Right.
sell their things, and then you have hundreds and hundreds of patron people walking through.
Yep.
You, I cannot wait. I don't have a computer at the moment. My computer's down, but I cannot wait to do some of these videos, and I'll start sharing them like with TNT and like make, because you cannot really grasp it from just conversation.
Right. Yep.
You cannot grasp it, and their approach is just different. Can I read a scripture since it's Bible study, Reverend?
Yes, sir. Read the book.
This is
Read the
John,
book.
one of your favorites, John 5, and I just said sheep market, but this is John 5. And this can kind of coincide with what I've been trying to express. After this is John 5 in your hearing. I'm gonna start at 1 and I'll just kind of go down maybe to about 9. After this, there was a feast of the Jews, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem. After this, uh, so the after this is after the second miracle of Jesus.
Right.
Just for context, we had to go back a little bit to make it make sense. So
Right.
this starts with after this. John 4 concludes with the second miracle of Jesus. And so now John is still the writer. And so he's continuing because there are more things that happen. So this happened now after that, this,
Right.
right?
This. Yep.
There's a
Right.
feast of the Jews, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem. Now there is at Jerusalem by the sheep market a pool, which is called in the Hebrew tongue Bethesda, having 5 porches. Several years ago, I made a Facebook. You remember that Facebook group that I made? It was called House of Bethesda.
Yeah.
Uh, and it was because I wanted it to be a healing place, a place of healing. That's what Bethesda means, an infirmary of sorts where you come and be healed. Bethesda, having 5 porches, five, the number of grace. It's so much. I know you all have heard this story, but it's so many layers in this story. But I'm just going to get to a particular point. In these lay a great multitude, just like we talked about at the market. But here's a multitude in this of impotent folk, of blind, of halt, withered, waiting. Somebody say waiting. Waiting for the moving of the water. How many people have had your eyes and your mind set on what you believed was your deliverance? Mm.
Yes.
What you believed was your breakthrough. What you believed was the answer. You had your not only your mind on it and your heart set and fixed, but literally your eyes were on it because you could see it. It was that close and that tangible, even where you could really reach out and touch it.
Right.
That is these people right here. They are waiting for the moving of the water. Waiting. Verse 4, for an angel went down at a certain season. Listen, these people were waiting. I'm going to have to preach this one day.
Yes, sir.
These
Do it. You're
people
doing it
were
now.
waiting in an off season. I just need for you to really catch this, preacher. I never heard nobody really harp on this. They were waiting for the moving of the water, but the angel only came at a certain season into the pool and troubled the water. You know what else is good, preacher? The troubling of the water would help heal your trouble. Good God. It's got some goodness all in here, preacher. I'm not going to preach it. I'm just trying to just share this idea. Whosoever then first, after the troubling of the water, stepped in was made whole of whatsoever disease he had. So your trouble would be triumphed by the troubling. It would be trumped by the troubling.
Mm.
Your trouble would be trumped by the troubling. Huh? And verse 5, John 5, verse 5. And a certain man, you can put your name there, a certain man, Joseph was there. A certain man, Michael was there. A certain man, Clem the Jim was there. A certain man, Terica Bell, a certain man, Ashley Williams. Yes, it says man, but that's you and me, sis. A
Yep.
certain person was there, right? Which had an infirmity 38 years. You thought what you was
Yes.
going through was a long time. It ain't been but a week and a day, 2 months, 38 years, which means he was at the pool in the off season, waiting with the rest of the people. I need y'all to walk with me through this thing, man.
Walk.
He was waiting in the off season for the right season and could see what he believed was his blessing and breakthrough. Had his eyes on it. Verse 6, when Jesus saw him lie and knew that he had been now a long time in that case, he saith unto him, wilt thou be made whole? How many people want Jesus to ask you that question? Verse 7, the impotent man answered him, Sir, I have no man when the water is troubled to put me into the pool. But while I am coming, another steppeth down before me. You know what I found interesting, preacher, in this word right here?
Uh
Jesus asked him a yes or no question.
huh.
Why is he talking too much? I'm just, listen, I've really been on this thing about just talking too much, unnecessary words. Jesus said, will you be made whole? You've been waiting 38 years, and now you got to like validate what you're saying and give some disclaimers. And
Right. Right.
when healing is standing in front of you, what are you talking about? Do that make sense, preacher? I mean, help me out.
No, you own it. You own it. I mean, it's very simple. Do you want it or not?
Do you
Yes or
want
no?
it or not? But people, when I say that, because I kind of live like that, I know you do too. You kind of straight shoot from the hip, straight to the. Either I'm not saying enough or I said too much, even when it was short, because I
Right.
just only said what I esteemed in my mind to be necessary.
Right.
The impotent man answered him, Sir, I have no man when the water is troubled to put me into the pool, but while I'm coming, another steppeth down before me. How many people got in before you and you said, doggone it, it was my turn? Verse 8, Jesus said unto him, Rise, take up thy bed and walk. And this is our word, immediately. Somebody say immediately.
Immediately.
And immediately.
Immediately.
It does not say he got in the water. This was actually an off season because the water was not troubled. But the man still had his trouble. But triumph was standing in front of him. And immediately the man was made whole and took up his bed. You can really get your breakthrough and carry the thing that's been carrying you. God
Yes, sir.
Almighty knows.
Yes, sir.
And walked, made whole, and took up his bed and walked. And on the same day was the Sabbath. Already you're here in John 5 to 9. I did some eisegesis and exegesis, but yeah, you get the point. I was just trying to make it live a little bit for you. Listen, beloved, this is what I want to leave you with. Even though you see what you believe, let me talk about belief. Belief is having information and resting on the information, but not knowing. Belief
Right.
is connected to doubt, it fuels doubt because you believe that it is so. And
Right.
I want to charge you and challenge you to start resting in what you know to be true.
Right.
You say that Jesus is a healer, and then you say, I believe it. Lord have mercy. I need some people that know that he's a healer.
Yep.
So when he stands in front of you and say, will you be made whole? You can say yes, emphatically, without
Yep.
question. Been here 38 years. When you see what you think is your breakthrough and you believe that it is tangible and close, but you just can't seem to make it, I want to encourage you, beloved, that your breakthrough is already inside of you. This man did not go to the pool, and immediately he still got his healing. Immediately. Immediately. Why? Because he wanted it. It was inside of him.
Yep.
Romans 8 and
Yep.
28, 8:18 says, For I reckon that the suffering of this present time is not worthy to be compared to the glory which shall be revealed in you. Which means, people of God, the glory is already in you. You heard me say that before. Now take the covers off of it. Take the
Yep.
covers off of your glory. That's all.
Yep.
All right, I'm done preaching.
Man, you preach, brother. I mean, it's such a wonderful text. And the only I'll add, a couple of things, and we can boom out of here. But there is um, there's just a juxtaposition the way that John does it between what's
Man,
happening with the angel in the water and what happens with the man,
yes, yes.
because essentially uh, both of these are once in a lifetime experiences.
Hello.
I say it all the time that when you look at the years, um, if this man has been sick for 38 years, and we believe that Jesus lived and walked the earth for 33 years, he was sick before Jesus was ever even born.
Talk good now.
So it takes
See?
Jesus to come, and Jesus does this on the Sabbath on purpose, but he presents him with an opportunity. The angel coming to trouble the water, that's an opportunity,
Mm,
right? But how he receives the word is going to determine what's responsible for his healing. And for him to get the healing through the angel, somebody else is going to have to put him someplace. But for him to get his healing with Jesus, he has to receive the word and do exactly what it says, because that word's not coming back no more.
Come on, man.
it's gonna be
Come
it's gonna
on,
be
brother.
it's not coming back no more. And it's just like how it works with us. Like, we go to church all the time, but sometimes there's a word for you that you need to act on right then, because that word's not coming back. And if you miss your moment, you
Man,
just missed it.
man. While you were talking, preacher, he also just dropped on me. He thought he had to get in the water when the living water came to him.
Standing right in front of them. Standing right
The
in front of
living water came to him. Oh, man.
them.
Wilt thou be made whole? Well,
Yes, sir.
my toes curled up when I didn't drink enough water because they cramped. And then will you be made whole? Well, my boss got on my nerves, and then I was trying to see how I could get this raised. But will you be made whole? Well, the doctor said that
Yep.
I had this issue, though. Will you be made
Thank
whole?
God for
Thank God for what?
the word.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because Jesus kind of ignored his excuse.
Right?
Shot right to the shot
Right?
right to it. Okay,
Like,
if you want it, this is what you got to do.
bruh,
Make a decision.
bruh, make a decision. Like, let's go.
Yep. Make a decision.
The 38 years was for the one.
For one.
And then it wasn't even, and the one moment wasn't even for the man to immediately get up. It was to make the point about healing on the Sabbath. So all of it
Yeah.
had a greater point than the one moment. Like you said, this man been like this before Jesus was even born. God was orchestrating the timeline for this
Right.
moment. Like,
Right.
come on, bro.
Yep.
The
Yep.
timeline was already getting in order.
Yep.
Man,
Love it. That's how he does it.
ain't it, bro?
That's how he does it. Yep.
Man. Well, we can get out of here. It's
Yes,
Bible
sir.
study. I was just trying to drop a little bit of word on it.
Nah, man, that was a great text. Some great points that you raised. So much
Thank
meat
you,
in that.
Doc. I was,
Yep.
man. I
Yep.
got to see what I'm gonna
Yes,
talk to
sir.
the men about.
That's not a bad jump off point where you were just then.
I actually looked at that for them, right? But
That's not
I'll
a
call
bad one.
you because I'm wrestling between this one and you remember that joint I sent you some years back at one, which
Yeah.
is this one right here, right? But
Right.
uh man, he took me. So I had a couple of things wrestling with uh Paul and Silas, Philippian jail,
Yeah. That's the good one.
and
Right.
the
Especially for men.
prodigal father. Our Bible study. Remember when I
Oof.
presented that other jank to you, but exposing it in a
Yep.
sermonic presentation.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna take one, save the other one for the next time. 'Cause they gonna all. I mean, there's so much meat, especially for men. You know what I'm
And
saying?
all of them, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Yeah.
men's conference, bro, like smacking them. And the lady was like, because I was firm with the ladies, but I ain't
Right.
put them in a chokehold, no figure four joint. You know what I mean? But I was firm. And there was a couple of men
Right.
there, so I shot a couple of kill shots at them, like, "Hey, bap, bap," like.
Right.
So
Right.
then the man's like, "No, you got to come in." So I like, well, it's men, so, bruh, the jank coming off, all kill shots. Like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
talked to the ladies, bro. Like, you got to get this work, cause it's men,
Yeah. Yep.
and we raising up
Yep.
men. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So,
Yep.
but they good folk, and they're strong
Yeah.
men, and they're
Right.
desiring. So
Right.
it's good ground. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
It's good
Yeah.
ground.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well,
All right,
I'm
preacher.
looking.
I'm gonna get on in this studio and see
Oh,
what's the what. I'm tired.
okay. Yeah, man. You with G, right?
Yeah, yeah, yep.
Okay. Yeah. Please tell him I said what's
He
up,
got
man.
a new artist. He working on some stuff that I'm trying to get us to see how we can be a part of that.
Well, yeah, I would love to. So, yep.
We're working on some stuff that we need to be a part of. Remember the quiet series thing that I did?
Right.
I would like to do one with natural blends.
Just say the word. We there.
And then he got to do something with his artist and set it up at over here, right here.
Oh yeah. We
So
there. Yep.
yep. All right, then
Yes, sir.
we'll talk in a minute.
Okay. All right. Well, let's boom
Love
on out.
y'all. Y'all booming. Hey, share this message with people. You know what I mean? Get us some more subscribers up here on TNT.
Yep.
Here, Facebook, Instagram. All right. We love you guys.
Yep. We love y'all.
All right.
Boom.
Boom.